everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing really well. Welcome back to another one of my videos. Today's video is going to be a weight loss Q&A. I did a little question box on Instagram and I'm going to answer the questions, so let's get started. The first question was, what was your biggest motivation? My biggest motivation was the fact that I hated going anywhere. I always dreaded what I'd look like what would I wear. I felt huge and everything. I felt like I didn't suit anything. I felt like people would be looking at me, and even when it was warm I would be wearing cardigans, wearing black, because you think black's meant to make you look thinner, isn't it? So I'd wear black all the time, top, bottom, cardigans to hide my arms. I hated the way I looked, so I dreaded going shopping. I dreaded going anywhere really. I just wanted to feel confident and feel nice in, you know, different sort of clothes. Like I wanted to wear skirts or shorts or dresses, and all I felt comfortable in was a baggy top and a pair of leggings or a jumper. I wanted to feel nice, I wanted to feel confident, I wanted to wear normal clothes, you know, like what everyone else is wearing that I felt that I couldn't pull off basically. So I think that was my biggest motivation, to be able to dress nice and feel nice and just feel confident in the way I look pretty much. The next question is, do you feel a sin is an okay way to see food? Now, to be honest with you, I haven't really sat and thought about it like the meaning behind it, if that makes sense. It's just on Slimmer World, that's what it's called. I haven't actually sat and thought of it being like, oh, this food is a sin, it's sinful to have this food. I haven't actually thought of it like that. But then when you actually sit and think about it, I don't think it is an okay way to call food sins, like to say that this is bad for you. Obviously, if you eat a certain amount of food all the time, it'll be bad for you, but to sit and say like, oh, this bag of crisps is sinful, I don't think that is okay actually. And recently I've completely changed my way of my relationship with food. I haven't been sinning things or tracking calories. At the minute I'm trying not to think, oh, that's got too many sins in, that's got too many calories in. I'm just trying to eat what I like in moderation and balance, and I'm just trying not to worry too much. If I want, you know, if I want a Jaffa cake, I'll have the Jaffa cake. If I want that bit of chocolate, you know, in moderation and balance, that's basically what I'm trying to do at the minute. So no, I don't think we should be calling food sins. Let's name it something else. What can we name it? What about munchies? Let's say, rather than that chocolate bar is 4 sins, 4 munchies. That sounds a lot better, doesn't it? So yeah, anyone watching this video, feel free to call your sins munchies. I've got 15 munchies to spend on a day, so I'm gonna have 5 munchies on that, I'm gonna have 2 munchies on that. But yes, to answer the question, I hadn't really thought about it in that way, but no, actually, I don't think it's okay to be calling food sins. The next question is, what clothes size were you at your happiest? Now, when I got to my target weight, I was about a size 10 or a 12, depending what shop, you know, I've shopped at. I'm now a size 14 in most places. After having 2 kids and all that, I've gained weight, which I am completely fine with. Before, I was not okay with it, but I've learned to accept my body. You know what? I love my body now. I appreciate it. I've just completely changed my whole way of thinking about myself and food and how I look. Yes, my stomach could be more toned, but I've had 2 babies. I've grown life in my tummy twice. I've breastfed, get your words out, Hannah. I've breastfed twice. I've lost 8 stone, I've gained weight, I've lost weight. My body has been through a hell of a lot, and it deserves some love, doesn't it? And that's the same for all of you as well. Your body deserves some appreciation, some love, and just be kind to yourself. We're all so quick to just be so negative and put ourselves down when really we shouldn't. We should just be nice to ourselves. The saying that I really, really like is, talk to yourself like how you would talk to someone that you love. So you wouldn't say to, I don't know, your best friend or your partner like something really nasty, would you? So why would you say it to yourself? Does that make sense? So yes, when I had lost my weight, I was a size 10 or 12, and I did feel really, really confident. I felt really good about myself, but I feel good about myself now at size 14. I don't want to get caught up in the numbers. I used to really, really, really care what the number said, but now I'm like, you know what, if I'm happy, if I feel confident, that's all that matters. Who cares if I'm a size 10, 16, 20, it doesn't matter. The number, like any number, doesn't define you. So try not to, it's so much easier said than done, but try not to let that number put you down. So the next question is, how much weight have you lost? I started my journey at 17 stone, and when I got to my lowest, I was 9 stone 4. Back then, I wanted to lose more weight. I thought I was still big, but looking back, I was tiny. So I'd lost almost 8 stone. I then had 2 children. I mean, I can't blame baby weight anymore because Nevaeh is 3 in April and Leah's 2 in June. So they're not babies anymore. The last time I weighed myself, I was 11 stone 10, but I'm not weighing myself anymore. Reason being, the last time I did, I felt really good. My clothes were a lot looser. My stomach looked slimmer. I just felt so good. And I felt like I'd lost, 3 pounds. I got on the scales and I'd gained a pound. And I know that can be like fluid and a lot of different things, muscle, whatever. But for me, the number, it does affect me. It shouldn't do, but depends what mood I'm in, depends what time of month it is, if you know what I mean. I just decided, you know what, I don't care how much I weigh, I don't care what the scales say, I'm gonna go by how I feel. We lose inches sometimes, don't we, rather than actual pounds. I just think by seeing the number go up, or even if it just isn't moving, or isn't moving as quick as you'd like it to, it can be so deflating, is that the right word? It can just make you feel really unmotivated and like, what's the point? Where am I going wrong? So I don't want that anymore, so I'm not actually weighing myself anymore, but the last time I did, I was 11 stone 10. The next question is, do you exercise? Now, I hate exercise, I don't enjoy it. It's not for me. I mean, recently I have been walking more to try and get my steps in for my Fitbit, and sometimes I've been jogging on the spot in front of Netflix to try and just be a bit more active, but I don't enjoy it. I wish I did. I wish I was one of them people that loved exercise, but it's hard work. You ache the next day. I don't get the hype. I mean, I get that, when you start seeing results, that's probably what motivates you to do it, but I don't like it. I am thinking about getting a weighted hula hoop, isn't it? A hula hoop. But even as a kid, I've never, ever, I just can't do it. I've never been able to do it, but I'm tempted to get one because the results, I'm seeing everyone on Instagram at the minute using them, and they are getting such fab results. It tones your stomach and it's a form of exercise. So I am thinking about it, but I'm also thinking I'm not going to be able to do it. I know practice makes perfect and I'll get it in the end, but I'm not a very patient person, so I just don't know if it's a good idea or not, but we shall see. But when I was losing all my weight, I didn't exercise. I mean, I might have done, the Charlotte Crosby DVD back then a few times. That was blooming hard work though. I felt like I was going to die doing that. Probably about 5 times maybe I'd done that, and then I just didn't bother with it anymore because I didn't like it, so that was that. I have to be careful how much exercise and what type of exercise I do anyway, because I've got a dodgy neck, which especially after my car accident however many years ago, like 7 years ago, that bugged it up even more. So I have to be careful because my migraines sort of stem from my neck. They start at my shoulders and my neck and they go up. So basically I have to be careful with how much and what sort of exercise I do anyway. But no, when I was losing all my weight, I wasn't going for runs or anything or doing any sort of exercise really. So no, pretty much I don't really exercise, not that much. The next question is, how do you keep motivated? A cheat meal or cheat day knocks me back. Now, I used to be like this. Now I like to think, you know what, life is for living and we need to enjoy ourselves sometimes, make some memories. I find if I limit myself too much, if I restrict what I can and can't eat, then I'm more likely to, go off the rails, have a complete moment where I just eat everything inside, eat everything in the cupboards, everything in the fridge, you know what I mean? If I don't limit what I can and can't eat, for me, it's all in my mind. I don't know how to explain it and if I'm making sense, but if I tell myself I can't have that, that is all I want. So if I tell myself, well, you can have it, but in balance, I'm not so like, let's say a chocolate bar, if I really want that chocolate bar, if I tell myself, oh, but that's too many sins, you can't have that, that is all I'm going to think about. Whereas if I think that I can have it, I don't want it so much. Am I making sense? I don't know if I'm making sense. And you have to remember that one bad day, one cheat day, one cheat meal, off-plan food, whatever you want to call it, that is not going to make you gain all your weight back. I know it's scary, and in the back of your head you think you are going to gain all your weight back. If you eat that pizza or you eat that donut, you think, I'm going to gain all this weight back. Well, you're not. Life is for living. You've got to enjoy yourself. You've got to create the memories. In years to come, or even weeks to come, you're not going to be still mad at yourself for having the Dominoes. You're just not. So if you have what I call a wobble or a wobbly day or whatever you want to call it, just draw a line and move on. It's not the end of the world. Just draw a line and move on and forget about it and be good again the next day. Even just saying good again, I don't like that saying anymore. Like, there's not good and bad, but you know what I mean. But yes, I kind of touched on the motivation earlier, but I also think it's important to set yourself goals. I know at the minute with lockdown it's difficult because there's no weddings coming up, there's no party, there's not, you haven't got to try and fit into that dress, but there's other ways of setting goals. So let's say you go by weight. I don't know, set yourself a goal. So once you've lost 6 pounds or once you've got to a certain weight, tell yourself you can treat yourself to, I don't know, like a bath bomb, a Lush bath bomb, or a new book, or that jumper that you've been eyeing up. Or if you don't go by weight, I don't know, maybe you've got a pair of jeans that don't quite do up. You can almost get them done up, but not quite. Well, tell yourself, once I get into them jeans, once they fit comfortably, you can get that new top, or you can get a new moisturiser, whatever it is. Set yourself a goal, and once you reach it, you can have a little treat. I think that will help. And also, before and after pictures are so important. I used to hate my photo. I always wanted to delete the photo. If someone took a photo of me and James, or me and Mum, whoever, I used to just want to delete it because I hated it. But now I'm so glad that I have them to look back on and compare to me back then and me now. Comparison photos motivates me so much. Don't be deleting any photos that you don't like. Keep them in a folder, keep them to one side. You will be so happy that you kept them. I love a good before and after photo. I just love them. And I love seeing how well other people have done. It's very motivating. So keep the photo. Really can see a difference in photos. So if you don't see it on the scales, you might see it in photos and in person and inches and that. So yes, but let's stop rambling and move on to the next question. I think I'm only going to do one more question because I've been speaking for 26 minutes, which is ridiculous. I ramble, don't I? I go on and on. So I'm going to do one more question and end it there. So do I prefer calorie counting or Slimming World? Now, I've done all diets under the sun. I've tried them all. So I have tried Slimming World. Slimming World has been the main diet where I've lost the majority of my weight. And then I've also tried calorie counting as well. Now they're completely different. So Slimming World, you've got your sins or your munchies, and then calorie counting, obviously you track your calories. So with calorie counting, you can pretty much eat what you like, can't you? As long as you stick within your calories for the day. So I would generally have 1,200 calories. I also done calorie counting when I was breastfeeding, so I allowed myself 1,800, I remember. But yeah, you can pretty much eat what you like as long as you stick within your calories. However, I find obviously you can't eat as much food because on Slimming World you've got your free foods, so pasta, meats, fruit, all your free foods, and you can have as much of it as you like. Whereas on calorie counting, like meat is high in calories, and fruit and all the things which you can eat as much as you like of on Slimming World, I find to be quite high in calories, at least how much I eat of it. I've got a big appetite, so I eat a lot of pasta and potatoes. I eat a lot. So when you actually track it, to me, I don't get to eat much on calorie counting. It's probably normal size portions, but they're not normal for me. That's when you do realise how much food you actually eat on Slimming World, but it works. I don't know how it works, but it does. So I prefer Slimming World for that reason, that I like a lot of food and I'm greedy. I just love my food. I love Slimming World, the fact that you can eat and eat. So you've got your free foods and then you've also got your sins, your munchies. So I get 15 munchies to have in a day, so I get to eat all that free food. I also get to pick naughty foods. I don't like that saying, but you know, basically you choose your treats and then you've got your A option, haven't you? Your A option for like cheese and milk, and your B option for bread, cereal, oats. You get to eat so much on Slimming World, so that has to be my favourite. But yes, I'm going to end the video there because I've been talking for half an hour now, and I don't want to bore you. I think I've only answered like 6 questions, but if not, it's going to be like an hour long. So I'm going to end it here. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you found it helpful. Thank you so much for everyone for getting involved. If you did like this video, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up. I've got lots of slim and well recipes and healthy eating videos, and my weight loss journey is also on here on my channel as well. So make sure to subscribe and have a look at my other videos. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye guys.